Hi, hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Lance. I have a new mod. Welcome to the mod squad, Lance. Hi, Hilda. Oops. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Marshall. Hello, Ron. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Diane. Thank you for coming in. Welcome to the Girls Chit Chat. Um, hey AJ, welcome in. How's everybody doing? It's weird. I just went live and it's weird for me to go live twice in 1 week, but I'm hosting the Girls Chit Chat and we were going to talk about how to deal with toxic people. I feel like I'm an expert now at this. I got tips for you guys. I have tips. I have tips and I'm going to go ahead and scary. It's scary. It's scary now. So I'm very careful about who I let up on my live stream. I would really like to know you. You have to be active in the chat a little bit. You have to have your camera on when you come up. And the ladies and I have discussed, and men are allowed on the panel, but they have more of a time limit. Ladies are, of course, welcome on the panel. It's ladies. It's girls chit chat. So, anyways, welcome up. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? I'm good. I got good news about my hello Jeffrey. I got good news about my kidneys. So I had I had a doctor's appointment and blood test and my cough is going away, my lungs are clear, and also my kidneys are good. My kidney function is good. My blood levels were good. So I was so relieved. I was so relieved. So I'm not having to hurry. I was trying to hurry up. I was feeling like I needed to rush and try to find something as insurance. And now I can take my time and look into more things and stuff because right now they give you a good discount for not having insurance. So I'm just going with that, and I'm healthy, thankfully. Let me go and pin the link to the top. Thank you to my moderators. And like I said, welcome to the Mod Squad, Lance. Thank you all for being here. RV's Living Life. Hi, welcome in. Hi, welcome in. So, y'all ever have to deal with toxic people? I think I might write a book called Beware of Wolves and Narcissists. I try to avoid them, if at all possible. But I'm the youngest of 7, and then like I had 5 kids. I lived with a person who was pretty difficult for 30 years, so I feel like an expert. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. Well, I wonder when my friends are going to show up. But and I'm not toxic people are male, female, all colors of the rainbow. All kinds of people are in there all kinds of places. And if they're in the workplace, that's very difficult and tricky. And hello, Michael Ann. The link is pinned at the top. Hey, Troy. Hey, Michael McReynolds. Welcome in. Thank you all for being here. Oh. Doing better? Wean him off the ventilator. I hope that's good. Okay. Haven't seen Troy around. How are you doing? Yes, it's tough. My dad was that way, but yeah. And you can just say a difficult person. I have to put Blue out when he barked at me. That's why I was thinking like of doing the live upstairs, but then I can't let him out when he needs to go out. Just a second, I'll be right back. Oh, you're just gonna bark at me? Are you just gonna be difficult? Okay. Oh, good. Michael is here. Hello.
Hello. I didn't want you to be there alone.
No. Waiting chit chat. Hey, Timmy Ray. Hey, John. Did I say hi to John? Where are you from, John? Just kidding. How are things going with you?
Not too bad. Late night last night trying to get a video up, and then early morning watching these live.
I saw the video.
I had to have a nap in between. Working on another one.
I have so there's a cemetery near here. And I have one of my pictures is, oops, you're cutting in and out. Which one is, that is the cemetery. Yeah, you can see it down in the corner. Oh, I think we lost Michael Ann. Michael Ann, come back. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes, it was nice talking to you, Timmy Ray. Yeah, it looks like Michael Ann is frozen. Okay. Going to put the link out again. And it's also pinned to the top. So, where are my friends? Okay, she's back. Yeah, you're back.
My internet doesn't usually go out on me. I was like,
yeah, I did have it go out on me one time here, but that was like, and it kind of scared me because I was like, oh, I never had to do that here because I'm not on the road right now. I'm at my friend's doggy sitting.
I'm watching the little thing go around on the screen here going, oh, and then I looked over and it's like, oh, I've got no internet. Reconnect.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it doing that a lot in Denver, which was funny because except for when I went to my son's apartment, he had good internet. I got this from Forever Best Friend today.
Great. Stop.
Yeah, I won on her wheel thing. Yeah, and I won a CD. I don't know if I can. I have a CD player in my RV. She has these cards that are cute. They're like square business cards that are cute. And she sent me a note. That was my first interview. I was on Forever Best Friend. Hello, Sean S. Hello.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah. Troy is in Kansas. How's Kansas, Troy? Are you enjoying it yet? He just moved though. Just moved just now. Just recently. That's where I was in. Hey, is Kenneth here? Hello. Did I miss anybody? Let's see. No, I don't see him. Okay.
Where's our older girls tonight?
I don't know. We had a meeting and talked about things. I was wondering if we could go later. I know Christine is working. So I know that. So do you, let me let Lou back in. He's being fickle today. I'm gonna get a Coke. So do you ever have to deal with difficult people? Never, right?
Well, I worked in a doctor's office for 13 years, a pediatric office, so I got to deal with parents.
Oh, yeah. So my oldest daughter is a nurse, and she really, for the longest time, wanted to get into peds and pediatrics. And then she did, and then she ended up not, because it's so difficult. And the parents, yeah, I imagine that would have been very, very difficult. So you're an expert, probably.
I was a nurse. I let my license go last year. I just had enough. But
Oh,
I worked in
wow.
a pediatric office for 13 years. I stumbled on that job because my kids happened to go to that office, and the other nurse just kind of went, they're hiring. And I kind of looked at her. She goes, no, they're hiring here. Had an interview the next day and walked out with a job. So,
Wow. Cool.
Some parents are trying. The boss can be trying, but that is his culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I enjoyed a lot of the families and that. And when he retired last January 2020, it was hard.
Anybody working for a living deals with difficult people. That's true, AJ, but like, I've always, as a stay-at-home mom for 30 years, and my husband wouldn't allow me to work outside the home, I would always kind of be annoyed at the question, do you work? Of course I work. I work very hard. And
Harder than what?
and now I joke and say I'm retired, but anyways, I'm a writer. That's not making anything right now. I'm a YouTuber. I'm enjoying that. That's fun. If it stops getting fun, which it wasn't fun last Friday night, to be honest, but most of the time it's been fun, and I've met a lot more awesome people than toxic people. But surprise, surprise, there's toxic people on YouTube too.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've made a lot of good friends through YouTube.
Yes, I've made a lot of awesome friends, and that outweighs the bad. I'm tired and retired, Ron. I'm tired and retired. Yeah, I jokingly have said before that I'm a retired trophy wife, but see, I wasn't really a trophy wife because I didn't have all the like he wouldn't take me anywhere. He wanted me to, just stay home and take care of the kids and do what he wanted me to do.
I had that. Plus, I could have an income too. He would let me work, but I could work and then take care of the kids and not paid for the daycare and all that. But what he made was his money,
Wow.
and that's
No, ours was all mixed up. We were married 30 years and had 5 kids, and so ours was all together. And he wouldn't let me. That was part of how they keep you there because uh, my sister's husband was abusive and won't let her work, and so that's part of how they control you is to not have you have your own income, so you can't leave. And so, yeah, yeah, and I do have a poem about that. I was saying on my live stream, I have a poem about everything. Um, yeah, I was thinking of reading this one because you work and then like in the church, you get shamed for that, not staying home with your kids. But then if you don't work, you get shamed for that. You're not contributing or, whatever. And then, oh, Lance has a question. My youngest child is 20 and she just joined the Air Force. She's in the Air Force.
wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna read this poem and it's from my first book of poetry. Which is very I'm not as religious now. How do I say this? It's hard to explain. But
I hear you.
it's filled with a lot of Bible. It's called The Woman You Gave Me, and it's based on the verse in Genesis where Adam blames Eve, and it's called The Woman You Gave Me. You tell us to dress modestly, yet my man looks at pornography. Get a job. No, stay at home. You're damned either way. Fry the bacon up in a pan. Make you feel like a man. It's his world, Have your babies naturally. Nurse them. It's more healthy, see? Never say, what about me? Live your life selflessly. Barefoot pregnant, and when you're not, you should be real thin, so you only cook for him. Shut the door, come right back in. Carpool, help out everyone. Volunteer, yeah, it's so fun. Yet you're always on the run, tired, exhausted, disillusioned. A desperate plea, Lord help. Enough, he says, peace be still. Who are you living for, them or me? Do you want to be made free? Guard your heart, it belongs to me. You give respect, now demand it back. Don't dwell on all the things you lack. You are perfect to me. Teach your kids your husband too. One person can't do it all for you. To be healthy and sane, you must have boundaries. God's yoke is easy and light. It's not restrictive and tight. He leads you on the path that's right because you are precious in his sight. And that's in the 7-story tree. I'm gonna let you up, John, but you have a time limit because this is girls chit chat.
I like that poem. You did a wonderful job with it.
Thank you. I'm gonna text some people because they're leaving me in the lurch here.
Don't worry about it. We all love you. We're trying. The people who actually come are the ones who love you the most. And I've had trouble with trying people too all day long. I was in the ministry, so I could tell you about trying people.
I was gonna be a pastor. I was in the Baptist church though, and my mom and I disagreed about that. My mom's a Presbyterian. Her pastor was a woman, and I'm more Presbyterian now than I am Baptist, way more. And my mom said, well, you could become a pastor, but you'll have to change churches. So,
Well,
anyways.
you got some churches that say women can't preach. And that's wrong.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
what I was
biblical.
talking about, John.
Yes.
But it's not true. My favorite pastor is Joyce Meyer and Nadia Boltz Weber and
my pastor knew them both.
Eugenia Gamble was my mom's pastor. She's retired. She's in
Well, there's a lot of churches, holiness churches, that say a woman can't preach, and that's wrong because that's not biblical. It's not biblical.
People take it a lot of different ways. Yeah. Well, the first women to see Jesus resurrected were women. The first ones to see Jesus resurrected were women.
Were women? Yes, they were. They were
sisters. They announced it. You know, what is that? He's risen. That's preaching, and it's telling them.
That's
but anyways,
they did.
But
they went there to go tend the body, and they come around and they see that the stone is all moved and all of it, and they go back and they tell the brothers. The brothers come there, follow them, thinking that they're cuckoo, and they look at him and they say, he is risen. It was women that made the first announcement. I agree with you. Red, I agree with you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And I wanted to ask you, what is the type of class you're in?
It's a 30-foot, it's on my channel about page. We're talking about toxic people. Do you ever have to deal with toxic people?
Oh yeah, I've had to do it in the ministry. I had to do it when I bell rang for the holidays. You think everybody's real sweet during the holidays. You got to deal with those toxic people when you're at the grocery store.
Yeah,
and those
you have to deal with them
coming
everywhere.
out the doors at high speed, and they're throwing dollars at you, and then they turn around and they look at you dirty, like you're doing your job, and they're giving you the toxic look. That's right before Thanksgiving now, because we would start right before Veterans Day, and we would be going straight through to the 25th. And a lot of times, I got a lot of good people who really loved us. They would buy us coffees and everything else. But then you have that one toxic person that tries to break up your day, tries to break your day. And it's how you handle it. If you smile at them and say, praise the Lord and have a blessed day, and they go on their way, everything's all well and good. What type of dog you got, Red?
I don't have a dog. I'm doggy sitting. He's a pit bull.
Aww. That's another breed that gets a bad rap.
His name is Blue.
And Blue gets a bad rap. You know that, right?
Everybody's afraid of them. Rap. No, my son had a pit bull that would bite people. That bit a lot of people. It bit a lot of people.
Sis in the corner, it's nice to see you. What is your name?
Michael Ann.
Lady Ann, how are you today?
I am good.
I always was taught how to address everybody with the proper handle. And I wish everyone safe and happy and blessed day.
You as well.
Amen. I always come up and see if I can support somebody. Help somebody out.
Appreciate it. Yeah, well, tonight I have my blue on for Thin Blue Lane is tonight. The monetization party, and I have my blue on. I have my blue nails. I have Blue the dog.
I've been wearing the dog's name is Blue. Day.
Yeah, you can drop that link, moderators. Drop that Thin Blue Lane link, please. I have awesome moderators, and welcome to the Mod
Yeah, I know.
Squad.
Tonight's their party, isn't it? They didn't put up the you know how you put up your thing saying you were having a live? They haven't done it yet.
Okay,
I've been
he's
looking
not
for
coming.
it.
Let me see where V is. I didn't think I had to remind my ladies of the ladies chit chat, but I guess I was wrong.
I love my sisters, and I'll always back up my sisters. You know, my church sisters, when they get into trouble, they come to get me usually, because they know I'll back them up, and I won't allow no junk. You know. I actually had a case just this week. Red, is it okay if I tell it?
What?
I had a case this week. Church
A
sister
case?
came to. Yes, I had a brother that wasn't doing right. I won't say names.
So
He's
what
right
did
here
you
in
do?
Watergate.
Well,
What
this
I did
goes with
was
dealing with
he was
toxic
beating his
people.
wife. He was beating his wife.
Well, she needs to leave him then and go to a shelter. That's
That's
what
what
I
I
would say.
told her. That's what I told her.
And then you do
But
no contact, no contact whatsoever. You don't answer them back. And even, Bill says that because Bill
I
Thunderlane,
agree.
who
I
used to
agree.
be
I agree.
be a cop, so you don't contact them. You do what's called gray rock. You go to a shelter. Yeah, that's dealing with
That's how I
domestic
deal with it.
abuse.
That's how I handled it. And my pastor was the one who called the police. I was there. I was backing my pastor up. Okay. And he was telling my pastor, he called my pastor some words, and I stepped in the way. I said, if you want to get into a fight, my pastor's now, is a young man, but still, I'm going to be there to back him up. I was with him because I was there helping clean the church at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, I'm
giving
an
you
usher
5 more minutes.
I was
Because
an
I
usher
don't have
on
any
the
ladies in
alphabet.
my basement, John.
Aww.
Ladies, this is ladies chit
Come on,
chat.
ladies. Come on, my
Yeah,
sisters.
I'll drop you
So,
down when I get another lady up here, but
I love them. I'll be happy to back down if you want, sis. You asked me
you
to back down.
got 5 more minutes. Well, 4 minutes and 29 seconds.
The police came. They brought my church sister to the women's shelter right down the road here. Now, I live 1 block from a women's shelter. I live on Central Avenue. I live off of Central Avenue.
You don't have to tell us where you live.
Well, I live in Waterbury, Connecticut. Well, I'm 1 block away.
Wait, where do you live? I'm kidding you.
You want to come and hang out? You can.
Oh,
I'd be
good.
happy to invite you.
Everybody's
Everybody's always invited. I got a parking lot right next to my house.
Okay, I have Camper Go 1. I'm gonna let you drop down now,
Okay,
John.
I'll
Hi.
drop down and go back into the thing.
Hi, how you doing?
Oops. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Tell me your name again.
My name's Linda.
Linda.
Yeah.
I met you at Dee's.
Yeah.
Hi, thanks for coming up.
Hi.
This is Michael Ann.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. So what's everyone doing today?
Well, we're having our ladies chit chat that we've been having every week, and we do it on different channels. So,
Okay.
and yeah, everybody. One of our ladies, but she's here now. Christina's here. Christina, hey, Christina. She's just getting off work at this time usually. So, hey, Purple Tube.
Yeah, you can't see the comments when you're up on this screen.
Yeah, it's harder to keep track of the comments, and it's hard. when you're trying to talk and share something and then keep up with the comments. So last time I had put it on slow mode,
Oh yeah.
and I didn't set it up that way this time. I didn't know that I had to redo it. I thought maybe it would still be on slow mode from last time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
Blind Views has his on slow mode too, so he can see it better. So he can see the
mhm,
comments and stuff. So
mhm.
yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I went into a stream, was it this morning? And they were just rolling. I was like, I couldn't even see what anyone was typing because it was going so fast. Like,
Yeah.
geez, you know? Yeah, so yeah. Well, it's a sunny day in Arizona.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Arizona too. You're in Phoenix,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
near Phoenix.
yeah. I really want to get out of here though, because it's getting worse and worse. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fun to go to the desert in the winter time, but man, it's been in the high hundreds here, and but just
Yeah.
everything, you know. The crime is getting really bad here too, you know. And
Wow.
God forbid if you need a police officer to come to your door, because they won't. I mean, I had to
Oh.
literally go out and get my concealed carry permit because you just don't feel safe around here. I mean, I don't really feel safe around here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff going on out here all the time, and I don't know. There's got to be better places to live. I don't.
Mm.
I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I had a house out there, and I still have some place out there, you know, that I rent. That was my childhood house that my parents had, and I rent it out and stuff. But yeah, I gotta try to figure out what I want to do. I foolishly signed a as a co-signer for my daughter for a new car, and oh God, that was a big mistake. It was bad.
Oh.
And you know,
Mm.
she had a leased car, and the thing was malfunctioning. It was one of those Honda Civic. And
John's time is up.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not here.
So anyhow,
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you. I'm like, where are my ladies? Where are they at? Michael Ann came to my rescue. I appreciate you, Michael Ann. And Linda and John.
yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about.
He talks about a lot of things.
Does he?
And we love him.
Yeah. He looks like he's got a good heart, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, how are things going in Iowa?
Oh, we're having a lot of fun. And pretty much today it's been a rainy day, but oh my God, the beautiful days in the morning. It's not too hot. Oh my God, it's been a blast over here.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot cooler than Texas,
Yes.
I would imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
What part of Iowa?
We are in Amana.
They're at the meetup.
Oh, you are. Is that with Aaron?
Yes.
Okay, I was supposed to go there because Aaron was asking me if I was going to go, but I've got to get my brakes done, and that's why I didn't go. Otherwise, I would have went. Oh,
Yeah. So far it's us. We got Texas camping family, is our neighbor in back. We got Backroads, Art, Curry, and Berry. We got Our Way on the Wayside is the other. I don't know the names on the channel, but we got so far 4 channels.
Isn't Backroad Rock Studio?
Yeah.
Yep, she's here. You could come up, Sherry.
Yeah, she's actually outside.
Do you want? Oh, she can just come in there and sit next to you.
When you see Aaron, tell him that camcorder one says hello. Sorry, I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Probably
Tell us about your channel more, Linda.
He's there over there.
What's that?
Tell us about your channel more.
Oh, I don't know. I just do a little bit of everything. I don't, have anything specific. I like to go on my motorhome. I just got a motorhome about a year ago. I have a Toyota one, but I bought a bigger one, and I want to go some places, but I've been having brake problems for the last year, and I still got to get that figured out. But I do animal rescue in Phoenix. I got a whole boatload of them here. I got about 9 dogs. And I've got cats too, that are neighborhood cats I've been feeding for maybe 10 or 11 years. Wow. So I know that if I move, I'm going to take them with me to a different rescue. I don't want to leave them here in Arizona because I don't know. I hate to say bad things, but Arizona is not a place for animals. I see a lot of incidences of abuse and neglect, and just I mean, how difficult is it to put your dog in the house, during the 4th of July or New Year's Eve or something like that, because people go crazy out here with fireworks, and they don't care if it's if it's in July 110 degrees and they're still shooting them up in the air. I mean, my little Toyota got a hole burnt in the roof of it. It's lucky it didn't catch fire.
Wow.
But
so I was at and I had a little dog, and she was so scared of fireworks. And I was at my brother's one 2018 before I went out in my RV and left last November and went to California. Before that, I'd been to California in 2018 in July, and it was 114 there too. And 4th of July, we went to a barbecue at my nephew's, and we forgot to put their little dog, they had a dog, Samson, and so then they got a little female dog and named her Delilah. Samson and Delilah. And we forgot to put Delilah in before we went to my nephew's place, and when we came back, she had been so scared that she just took off, and had to go looking for her.
Did you find her?
Yeah, we eventually found her.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that just get hit and killed on the roads out here. It's just terrible. Just terrible. I mean, I can close my eyes and see all the different dogs that I've ever seen on the roads out here in Arizona, and it's just horrible. So yeah, I would probably take the animals with me and then try to find some good places, some good homes or some good, adoption places that could help me out with it, because it's very difficult. I've adopted out a couple of dogs, but I'm really thorough, and I have a tendency to prefer older people, or somebody that's more stable or whatever. I mean, I even thought about a nomad, because it's very difficult. If you come to Phoenix and try to adopt a pet, like right now, they'll pretty much adopt to anybody. They don't really care. But, a lot of times, other places even, you go to a shelter, and if you don't have a home base, they don't like to adopt you. You got to have a fenced in yard and so on and so forth. But I just, do the best I can, and when I find a good person that I think is worthy of having the dog, is going to treat them well, then I adopt them, I had an incident that happened a couple days ago, actually. I couldn't figure out why one little dog, Blondie, let me show you. Come here, Blondie, come here, Blondie. Blondie, come here.
Yeah, I'll show you Blue eventually when it comes back over here.
Come here. Yeah, my granddaughter's only 4. Come here. Here, bring her over here. I don't know why she thinks, I don't know. She usually comes over here and jumps on my lap. Come here. So anyhow, nevertheless, my granddaughter put a ponytail around her neck. Oh my God. I couldn't figure out why she wasn't, she was acting like she didn't feel good. Here she is.
Charlie Grace is here.
Aw.
Oh, that
How's
volume.
things going? I hope I didn't have you down there in the basement for very
No.
long.
I heard,
Okay.
I heard puppy. My ears perked up. I'm like, I'm coming up.
'Cause sometimes I forget to scroll. Yeah, do you know, have you met Linda? Linda, this is Charlie Grace. I just got I was showing everybody I got my
Aw.
things today and my CD.
She's special. What can I say? She got all the cool stuff.
I won. And I usually I'm like, I need to stop saying it. I'm giving myself bad luck. I'm giving myself bad luck by
You're
keep
just gonna
saying,
walk
I
around
don't
going,
win, I never win these things.
You gotta walk around. I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
Yes. Now I'm gonna say, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. Chicken dinner, I win it. Forever best friend.
Nice. I'm sorry. And oh wait, go back to your pup. I'm so sorry because by the way, precious dog. Did you say that you just adopted or were you looking to adopt out? I missed part of that conversation.
I can't hear you. It's really staticky. I don't know if you can hear me, but it sounds like a synthesizer. You know how?
Can I
Yeah.
talk softer?
I can't hear very good. I can go out and come back in.
It could be a connection. I was gonna say, can you
Maybe.
guys hear me or do I sound funny like a robot?
I can hear you.
I can't. I'll text it. I'll text you. I can't
Okay.
hear it.
Cool.
Okay. Bye.
She she does fostering and rescues and she does stuff like you.
No. Mine's a little
Linda.
different. I'm a little on the weird
Well,
side. I got more going
yeah.
on.
She does doggy stuff. She does doggy stuff.
Very cool. All right, ladies. So here's the scoop. I've got like a few minutes and then I gotta go and do the big dinner for the big family. Like, yeah, you understand these things. It happens really fast. I just got back
Yes.
from doctor's appointments and all this other fun things and new wiper blades, life stuff.
Yeah.
All right, but here's what I need to know. Here's a chick chat question. Ready? This is gonna be weird because it's gonna be really hard. These are glasses number 1. Look very carefully. Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see. Are you ready? This is number 1. These are number 2. Can you tell there's even a difference?
Yes, is
little bit.
it's like the framing the first one is like more rounded.
More bigger?
Got those second ones more like little cat eyes.
Okay, so here's the question of the day, and this is okay. And everybody in the chat can do this because listen, I am a totally secure person. This doesn't bother me at all. So the question becomes: these are number 2. Ready? You guys put 1 or 2 in the chat. You tell us which one you like. This is number 2. Nice and thin, really still big. And these are number 1. A little thicker, a little more statement, a little more something.
Yeah.
Too.
I kind of like those ones. I think I like the second ones. What do you guys think?
So this is 1, and this is 2.
I like number 2.
2.
Hmm.
I am totally. I'm serious. I've had so many things. People used to, and I worked for a company where they got to change my hair color, pick my eye color. I'm like, I really don't care these days anymore. I'm just like, I'm good. But Boondocking Boomer's like 1.
No,
Jeez,
that's
Lance.
the same one. 3. No.
3.
I was being difficult.
Find your glasses somewhere. 3. Let's find a 3. Uh-huh. So you were sounding like the eye doctor. Number 1 or number 2? 1 or 2. Actually, I do have a 3. Hold on a second. 2. Is this a 3? Yeah, this is a 3. This is smaller. This is the exact opposite. Ooh, way too small. Way small. A little different.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Hmm.
We're going back.
Those ones give you that sexiness thingy. I like it.
Okay, see, there you go. The reality is, every time I take my glasses off, people don't recognize me. You think? Pick 3, my lord.
No, or don't pick 3. What are you talking about? Dodge bullets. Dodge bullets.
All good.
Jamie, dodge the bullet. Dodge another bullet. No. We were talking. Lance and I are talking about something else. Shh, joke.
What's the hot topic of the day?
Quiet. The hot topic of the day is toxic people. You never have to deal with those, right, Charlie Grace?
Actually, you know what I've done? I have a rule in my life. I only am allowed to have 1 certifiable crazy friend at a time.
Okay.
Only one.
But the thing is, one crazy friend is okay. But
Just
what about
one.
boxy people? I
Not,
don't
yeah. So the one crazy friend, he has to bring more to the table than detract. And I can tell you some crazy stories, but one crazy friend at a time. And then I think you sort of what you give off is what you attract too.
Mm-hmm.
Not to make it sound
That's
awkward.
true.
Other than family, because family's on the weird side. So that you gotta sort of deal with that one.
I've heard it said, you teach people how to treat you.
Absolutely, you train them.
Exactly.
That's true, because I led, because I told you I lived with a difficult person for 30 years. Not mentioning any names here. that lake in Las Vegas, New Mexico. No, everybody has that name. So anyways, but I lived with a difficult person for 30 years, and I put up with it. So yeah, I taught him. I let him treat me that way, which is it's true.
But I think it's harder. I think this is a tough call when you start talking about relationships, friendships, romantic or otherwise. It's really tough when you have a commitment and things may not be going in a direction that you would like for them to go in.
Yeah.
Or your expectations have changed, and so is theirs. Because you really can't expect a person to be the same person they are 10, 15, 20 years down the road. I think that we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. I heard, sorry, we're talking to a heavy topic now, Blaine. I'm sorry.
This is where the party is.
But I think it's really tough because I think we have I think relationships are all about expectations. And I think if you can communicate those expectations to your friends as well as your partner, whoever it is, as long as they're aware of them, I think that's important. Because if they decide to not care about your expectations, then you sort of know where you stand on what kind of relationship it really is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
It's tough. It's tough.
And
I've thinned the herd a bit because let me just say, I have 4,995 friends on Facebook. That means I'm opened up to 5.
Oh yeah, I have 1,000. I reached 1,000. Like, can I get monetized on Facebook? I reached 1,000 friends. Really?
You can get monetized on Facebook. People who don't know, I'm working that whole process right now. It's sort of interesting, but yeah.
I didn't even know that. I was joking.
Nope.
Wow, this is a smart. This lady knows stuff. This lady right here knows. This is a smart lady right here.
I'm looking at
You're a good friend to have, Charlie Grace.
This is Rosie Bell. Okay, Yanni, look how old this is. This is Rosie Bell Dogs.
And this is cool. Oh, I have a question. Who made your stickers?
The manufacturing of them was Sticker Mule. The person who designed it was actually Corey Hackett.
Look at I put that all over my face perfectly.
Yeah, Corey did a great job. Corey offered, and he did a great job, and I appreciate that. So yeah.
And this is cool because the card is square.
Yeah.
And that's that's a business card, right? I mean, it has your.
We use them for all sorts of things because we use them, and actually I have some that are a little bigger that we use for like coasters, and it's just fun to go different places, and they're cool.
Neat. Yeah, I'm gonna do Sticker Mule. I still haven't. I got my $10 off thing, but I'm gonna do that. I don't know if I'll do it today, but I'm gonna do it soon.
So we have Lance said, is it underground approved? Yes, it's the underground approved sticker, Lance. That is correct. Yes. So Yanni, I'm watching you. Are you sewing still?
Yeah, I got my sewing machine here in the RV. I got a lot of space. Travis is happy. So, I have to bring my sewing machine because I have to do my curtains for the front windows, and I still gonna do it's kind of a back pillow for the bench area. Okay. So yeah, and with all these COVID issues back to where it was before, sewing some masks for the kids and for us. So yeah.
Understood.
I'm a newbie in the sewing area. I don't know a lot about sewing, but I have been learning. Since COVID started with the mask, I started learning more and more, and it's something that I actually don't think is that hard, but yeah, I'm doing it.
Blaine, what are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
You thought Travis was the sewer? The sower. Oh. I was like, what? The sewer? Yeah. It's okay, Blaine. I'm a writer and I spell that with 2 T's, which is incorrect. Oh, I so wanted to name that on my artist that helped me with my logo, but it was me. It was me. It was my fault. I cannot tell a lie.
Love your doggy on the new logo.
Uh-huh.
Well,
It's
not a
Wolf.
dog,
That's
it's not
Wolfie.
a dog. It's a wolf, right?
It's a wolf. Yeah, because Redheaded Riding Hood. And that's the moon. The heart-shaped moon. And the bleeding red. The bleeding heart. Because I'm empathetic.
No, you are not.
Welcome. I'm empathetic.
Oh, empathetic. Okay,
Empathetic.
Empathetic, like sympathetic, you know.
Not apathetic, but empathetic.
Hi, Will the Rocker. Welcome in. Appreciate you.
Well, I have got to go. I got to finish the stuffings, but more importantly, I've got a special guest tonight on our Yappy Hour. I have Booger the Sugar.
Okay, never heard of them.
And you're like, who would it be named Booger the Sugar?
Yeah.
A really, really big TikTok star. Interesting person who's doing social media. A lot of things you can learn on social media from this guy. Has a really famous dog named Booger the Sugar. And they're going to come, they're going to talk about what they do, how they do it. And he's a little on the younger side. So, that means they know everything. So a lot of really good tidbits of stuff. And then we're also going to talk about, we're going to talk about some of the behind the scenes things on some of our videos to give people the inside scoop as to what's been going on. Cause I bought, there's a joke called #PrayForDave, my husband, cause I'm just quirky and funny and he has to deal with me and poor thing. So, I now bought the domain prayfordave.com.
Wow.
and then he said my hashtag is life with a redhead. So I bought lifewitharedhead.com. So we're gonna post these funny videos back and forth and see which one is more quirky than the other and see which ones you guys like.
Yep. We're quirky.
And wait, and one more thing before I forget. If you do not follow, I'm not saying you have to follow, but chasing chasing the story chasing. I always forget what the name. It's Amber.
Story chasing? Amber.
Yeah, Amber's channel.
I do. Yeah.
She did a whole review of a Jackery 1500, probably the best review I've seen in a long time, talking about whether you need a Jackery or not and what can it actually do. Because the reality is plugging a phone, plugging a hairdryer, plugging a curling iron, plugging in an induction thing, like actually using it and seeing what the results are, as opposed to just saying, hey, it's a great thing. Like I would buy one if I understood if it really could do what I need it to do. So she actually did what I would do. And I was really impressed. So she did a great video on that.
Cool. I need to check it out. I'm behind. But I'm actually a member of her. Like hers is one of the first ones I joined.
Yeah. I'm hoping to meet up with her in the next year. I really am. Cause I like to.
I wanted to too. She came to, but I didn't, she doesn't really, know me that well. And
she's still pretty much an introvert, really, honestly. She's really,
I can tell she is too.
Whereas Yanni and I will be making margaritas, eating ceviche, having fun.
Yes. Ceviche and margarita.
Yes.
And I'm going to have some piña coladas.
Okay. See, I got to figure out this is okay. You have a bigger rig. Now I know you got a lot of people, but you can bring cool stuff. I have to really super plan. I have to think, cause I'm like, it's tough. I need like a little teeny tiny blender. Like one that's like a bullet, like a tiny one.
Well, I got the Ninja blender, but I brought all the parts. I got the personal one.
Right.
I got the little teeny tiny one, and I got the regular one.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to have it because margaritas and piña coladas are on Greg.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing all the other extra stuff, and we'll have we'll connect later. You guys have fun. I got to go cook apparently lime chicken tonight, so we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks for coming up.
Bye.
Bye, Charlie Grace.
Hi, Charlie.
So,
And
what we were talking about before. Oh, you were talking with the lady, right? That she left.
Yeah, Linda was telling about what she does with the doggies, but we were talking about how you deal with toxic people or difficult people. You got any tips?
Well, I do, and
Yeah.
personally, I started looking at the red flags. You know, I there's something with the red flags that you see. Hey, this is somebody you have to start going out of your life. You know, and I pretty much, when I see somebody that is toxic, I just cut it right there, and it hurts. Sometimes it hurts because sometimes you can get, I have a friend. I did have a friend in Texas, and she was so like amazing, and her daughter connected with my daughter, and it was so awesome until I started watching some stuff, and one of the stuff, it was like, okay, she was the person that, okay, we're gonna plan for this trip, but she said yes and yes and yes until the last minute that she said, no, I'm not going. I understand the stuff can happen, but that was the hard pattern for her.
Hilda's here. I'm gonna bring her up. Okay.
Okay.
I just didn't want to make her wait too long, but I kind of didn't want to. Hi, Hilda.
I'm outside of IHOP.
Nice.
Wow.
So I started watching that on her, and then she got into the habit of everything that we have to do, and every trip, it was her idea. We do it, okay, let's go, let's do this trip. But if I put something to go and do something, at the last minute she was like, no, I'm not going, or no, I'm not. And then I start like, that's something that I don't like, because if I willing to go to your plans and do your ideas and do whatever you want, why you cannot, participate on my ideas,
Yeah, exactly.
And I understand we all have different of lifestyles and minds and everything, but she got that into a pattern. So then after that, she got into going to my Facebook and start like everything that I put on my personal Facebook. It's just because, or either I like, or either some of my personal situations that I wondering, like I read it and okay, put it in my Facebook. That's what my Facebook for, Every time that I put something, she's like, "Oh, why you putting this? Oh, why you putting that?" Because it's my personal Facebook. I don't go to your Facebook, and so she started getting into, really, really deep. Until one time said, no, we have to stop this because this is like, we are not getting nowhere. So I cut it off. I cut the toxic.
And it's hard because I had a friend like that, she got, and there's this thing you learn about called boundaries, and like I had this friend that was too much, like she was in our life and in our business, and her child was like my child, and my kids, well, almost, but it wasn't really even, because she didn't reciprocate. Like, I mean, I had 5 kids, she had 1 kid. So she couldn't really like come to all my kids' stuff, but she was like, she wanted me to be at her her daughter danced, my kids played soccer. She wanted me to be at every single one of her daughter's performances. And then like when I asked, like when my child were playing in the soccer playoffs at the high school, she couldn't even come. And I was just like, okay, this is one thing. This is like,
It's not really work.
and you're expecting me to be at every single performance your daughter, does, and is getting like, and getting angry. And that's another thing that like, should be a big red flag to me. But I did have something happen recently, and I was like, that really was a red flag when this person got angry about something that maybe it was something like I shouldn't have said or shouldn't have done, but it wasn't like they got angry at this level. It was like something like like, did you have to say that? Something like that. But this person got really angry, and it's like, no, that's a red flag. That's a red
So me,
flag.
basically, when I see something, either it's in a friendship, relationship, like boy or girl, whatever relationship, when I see something that's not going the way they're supposed to, I
Yeah.
cut it. And I'm teaching my kids the same thing. My daughter she started working on
Bless you.
daycare, and she got a friend, and her friend was like, my daughter cannot talk with another friend from work because she got so jealous. And I told her that's not a good start. I understand that she was with you in the school and everything, but she cannot get jealous because you do other friends, because you got other friends. Doesn't talk,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I used to have to
So
deal with that
no,
too.
you have to put it down. And she did it. Caught her, and I'm sorry, but you miss our relationship because you want to be jealous because.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So that's and
Yeah.
other
I have
thing
a
that
sibling that's like that. And so I really respond. I really can't take that. If I notice anything like a friend or someone that I meet is jealous, and sometimes men are like my husband would be jealous of me sometimes. That's a red flag too. I don't like to have to deal with a person, because you shouldn't be, because like sometimes I'm tempted to be jealous. Like, my brother, my sister-in-law would always go to Hawaii, like we're going Hawaii 2023. Yeah.
2023.
And I would be like, instead of being like, oh, I'm jealous, I'm so jealous, and instead of saying that, I'll say to myself, I'm gonna go someday instead,
Yeah.
and do it like that. So like, but someone, when you really notice their jealousy,
That's
that's
not
a
for me.
no-go. That's a no-go.
No, no.
It's not good.
And I don't either do, when those type of people, I don't do well with the explanations of why, because they always tend to say, but I'm a right, I'm right, you are not. I'm like,
Mhm.
we can have different perspective, but the issue is you are not seeing my part. That's why you think that you are right. You are not seeing my part. You don't see the way that I see it right now. I told my friend, like, you don't see it when I told you that, okay, I go to everything that you want me to go, but you don't go to anything that I wanted to go.
Yeah.
So no, but we can have this day, but every bit of the plan, every plan that I invite you, you don't go. But I have to be in your plans, in your life, in your lifestyle.
Hmm.
So, yeah. And with boys, I told my daughter, like, when something is not right, you caught it like right there. My daughter was dating this not dating, she was talking with him because he is in Florida, and he immediately, a week after they start talking, he said to her, like, I want you to come to Florida. I'm like, boy, you just start talking,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
And I told my
No
daughter,
go.
that's the first red flag. he wants to you. Why you cannot say to him, you come to Texas, you
Mm-hmm.
got the same rights, if you have to change your will for him, he can change his will for you,
Yeah.
That's the first red flag.
Yeah, exactly.
And then actually that talking with him didn't go nowhere, because after that he started like getting more and more into that. I'm like, I don't like it, I don't like it, because you are too immature to go away and do whatever when you don't into know yet what you want, so
This is true, Victoria says.
I honestly think that you cut the toxic people, you cut it right to the root, and
Yeah.
bye. No more back and
Because
forward. I don't say, if I say bye and I don't want you in my life, I don't take you back. That's
Mhm.
something that even Travis know, when I say no, it's no.
That's good.
No.
That's good. I tend to be wishy-washy. I'm getting better since I'm getting older, and I want peace, in my life. And these people would make me in turmoil,
Yeah.
and then when you're in the church and when you're a Christian, it's like, oh, you have to forgive. You have to forgive. And what I learned with that is, yes, you should forgive for you,
Yeah.
it gives you peace, but you
Yeah.
don't have to let that person back in your
Back
life.
into your life. No.
Just like
I
if someone's abusing you, you don't stay with them and let them hit you. It's like you're not their um, punching bag.
Exactly.
You leave. You can forgive them and get away from them, and you can forgive them. That doesn't mean they have to come back into your life.
Sometimes I even when it's time to forgive and sometimes you forgive not because of them, it's because of you, so you have that peace that you needed, even if you didn't do nothing wrong, you forgive, but okay, bye, you are all out of my life.
Yeah. What's that thing? Love you. Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Love you. Okay.
But it's I see people that they have that tendency of, they say bye, in couple months they are back to your life. People who talk wrong about your kids, talk about you, and those are
Mhm.
people that you don't let back into your life. They do more harm than they do good to you. So why letting people go back to your life is already what they're gonna do again.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I honestly think that when people got some kind of behavior, they don't they pretend to go do the right thing until they get back into your life, and then boom,
Mhm.
again, with the same
Exactly.
behavior before they hurt you, so that's why
Mhm.
I say bye, and you are in my life, far away, far away.
Yeah. This person, and actually, the person I talked to, so we were friends for many, many years, and that's why it was difficult. And then we had a falling out, and then we did become friends again. So it was difficult, but she is so toxic that her own daughter, and I told you she had one child, um, doesn't have anything to do with her anymore. And we went to her wedding, my whole family, and my 5 kids, and her own parents weren't there. So I mean, that's how toxic she was. Is that how it ended up? And what happened with, though, why I became friends with her again, and this is an interesting story, because I became friends with her again, and she kept doing the same things. Just like you're saying, you don't take them back because you that's a good premise. But with this, and because both her parents, Troy was in here earlier, Troy S., not my rat man, Troy. Nomadic Rat Pack hasn't been on YouTube because he's busy. But Troy S. said that both his parents were narcissists. And I don't know that this woman and her husband are, but I know definitely she is, and her husband is difficult too. So this child had to deal with it. And when I asked, when I was like, why, like I was asking God, like screaming, why did I, because this person is doing the same toxic baloney, gaslighting, manipulative, controlling. I was used to the manipulation and control because my dad was like that, my husband was like that, and that was like what I was used to. And so that's why I think I made her that friend. And she could be very nice at times, just like my ex. That's why I stayed with him for 30 years. Be very nice at times. And but when I asked God or the universe or whatever you want to say, but it was God to me at that time. I immediately thought of this little girl, and she's like 31 now. She's the same age as my oldest son. So, and that's why I felt like she like came up and we built our house across the street from them. So this person the toxic person ended up being my neighbor. Bad idea. But yeah, and then and so we remained friends, and then when they graduated high school, it was the year when they both graduated high school together, same high school. They came up through high school together, is when we stopped being friends. And then she eventually had the falling out with her parents and, got married like 10 years ago. And she has 2 little kids that don't see the grandma because the grandma's toxic.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good thing.
That toxic.
And Hope was saying, I believe that angry or negative people are just really hurting or sad inside. It is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Some kind of people use that as a leverage to let you to
they guilt trip you
and
they guilt trip you
one more chance. And no,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but when you let that get into you, your whole world like changed. That day when I say no more with my relationship with you, and I say to her, I'm done with you, my whole world changed, and it's like, wow, because you say it's like, for me, it's like putting a weight in my shoulders. I was so like putting attention into her so I cannot hurt her. I was so worried about hurting her because I don't want to go this place. How I can say to her that I don't want to, how I can say to her that I'm hurt because you didn't come to my plan for that trip, and no, I'm not worried no more, if you don't like it, you don't like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it, bye, but yeah, negative people and angry people is like just so sad.
It's like a weight too, and you feel and you never really know what they were going to say. This person was, and that's why I was used to it. If you're brought up in that, I was used to it, and I was used to my husband. You get critiqued on everything. I'm so much happier now, at 54 years old, because I'm not around these people that are critiquing. You feel like you're under a microscope. Everything why did you do this? You should have done this way instead of that way. And you should, and telling you how, and people with like one kid are my sibling that has no kids telling me how to raise my kids.
Exactly.
And criticizing how I'm raising my kids. And I'm like, no. and when it's hard when it's family too. And I felt like I give people lots and lots and lots of chances like Kenneth and I were talking about this with something on YouTube, because it applies to that. I mean, toxic people on YouTube, they're out there. Be careful, people. So,
Oh
and
yeah.
then we're like giving people the benefit of the doubt. And we're
Uh-huh.
like, this person hasn't done anything on our channel, but we heard reports from other people. So we finally took action, and you know, it's difficult, and with family too, like if it's especially if it's a parent, if
Yeah.
it's a sibling. I gave my sibling that's toxic many chances. I got stalked on
And it
Facebook,
hurts.
on Twitter. It was ridiculous,
It
and I
hurts more
finally
when
said,
it's family.
what?
It hurts more when it's family because
Yes, it
it's
does.
family. It's
You're
supposed to
right.
be there for you, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't want to realize, because they are my family, they are hurting you, but you don't want to realize they are hurting you, you know. So you keep going and going with the family until you say, no, stop, you know, I cannot do this no more, you know. And it's painful because it's your family. But
Mhm.
actually, so I was watching this video on TikTok, and she was saying, even if it's family and it's toxic, you need to let go, you know. Let go, because that's not good for you. Simple as that. And it is painful, but it is what it is, you know. It is painful, and it is family, and it's more painful to either.
Yeah. So Victoria says, I believe the key is making sure you don't hold on to or store those emotions after the negative situation has passed. Yeah, to release the anger and stuff. And that's what was so cool. Because recently I was reminded of the river that I went to, the Klamath River in California, in Northern California, because California Travel Videos shared a picture of the bears that are in my video at the Klamath River, because in April I was going to stay in California until I came east for to doggy sit now, and to go to Georgia and go to Mayberry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to stay in California till maybe July, early or mid July. But I had a situation with my brother, and I just felt like it was time to go, and I needed to go. I had been there a few months. I had came 1 month here, but I had been at my brother's since December, for December and January, and my sister-in-law passed away, and then I was there till February. I came here for a month, and then went back there. I was there for a month in my RV at my brother's property, and I felt like it was time to go, so I just left, and I wasn't planning on leaving. So all of that was not planned. And I found the RV park on the Klamath River, and it was so beautiful. And there was this meme that I had read, and I can look for it if I can look for it and see if I can read it right now. But it was about releasing your anger, and it was so perfect because it was about releasing it like a river, and it going into the ocean, and that you need to you know, feel it, acknowledge it, and let it go, and let it flow into the ocean. And it's also what Aurora, there's this singer from Norway that I love, and her name is Aurora. And she has a song, The River, and that's what it's about. It's about you won't die if you cry. And there's an interview I shared on Twitter where she says, because when Dee and I were talking about the depression, we were talking about women, because we're both women, and Dee was talking about it as it being a women's problem, but 73%, and Aurora pointed this out, a smart young woman, 73% of suicides are men.
Wow.
Because men are taught the, you know, the macho thing to hold in the emotions and stuff. And so we'll talk to you later, Marshall. Bye. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. And the whole, I'm gonna see if I can find that meme to read it about the river. Oh, I can show you. Let me see.
Oh, I find out while you're looking, I find out that I have to work more on letting go those things. And it's been hard for me that when I go through all my mom's and my sister issue, it was really hard because I couldn't understand why, if they are called family, they can do that to you, you know. So I have to work really hard on top of the grieving that I was going through with my dad. I was working on to letting go my anger because of them, you know.
Hey, Angie. Yay. Now, where is V? I haven't heard back from V. Where is V?
I was working on to letting go those feelings towards my mom and my sister. I still having some feelings, you know, because I couldn't understand. I still don't understand why somebody who raised you and thought to love you and can do something like that to you just for a simple money, you know, because for at this point it's stupid money.
It's
so I have been working myself to let go those feelings. It's really hard. I can do it. I got this.
Yeah. It takes time though.
Yeah, it takes time. She raised me, you know. I've been with her 34 years of my life. And at one moment she say, okay, I'm not gonna talk to you no more because this and that. So it took hard on me, you know. And I'm working on those things, and I'm working on forgiveness. I'm working on let go, you know. Time. I'm taking one day at a time. And I have to do it because just not me. I have my kids around, and I'm teaching them to, okay, when people do you harm, you have to, you know, let go and keep your way.
Yeah, that's what was so hard with this person that I let into my family. I was also, you know, and with my husband also, actually, but I set a bad example in not teaching them the boundaries that I should have had.
Okay.
And they saw me letting people treat, you know, me badly. And, you know, I didn't treat them, you know, and especially with my daughters, I feel badly about not teaching them right. That this is how people should treat you, with respect. You should love yourself enough that you don't let people walk all over you, you know. So
but I believe so. Even we are not perfect. We are new, you know. And I know that at some point you can sit down with her and say, hey, I was learning this myself, you know. And I didn't have I couldn't teach you at that moment that, because I was learning myself, you know. But it's a process, and every process is different, every person is different, you know.
Yeah. And then so my mom, I had a much better relationship with my mom, and she passed away in 2009. And sometimes, like in the past, way back in the past, it was difficult with my mom sometimes, but that got better because she was more like me. She was a lot like me, and I think that's why a lot of times we butted heads. You know, we're both moms, and I was a lot like her. and we were both like codependent, like just wanting to please everybody and everybody to be happy and all of that. But my dad was a more narcissistic personality, and she always made things, she always kept him in line, like call your daughter, call your son, talk to them, and she kept him. And I felt like I was the only one that saw this, really. But when she passed away, I was like, there's no telling what he's gonna do now. And I was right. All freaking, she really kept him in line. Hey, Sherry, how are you doing?
I'm good. I got to get back over. I'm surrounded by men, so I couldn't pop on over there.
So you don't have a good connection?
No, surrounded by a bunch of men. I don't want them on there. Y'all look, I just wanted to say hello.
Hi. Thanks for coming up. Tell the men we said hello.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you later.
I see Tim's entered the chat. And Cobus, I am loving your responses, and don't ever apologize. I'm glad that you feel comfortable talking with us. That's why we do this, isn't it, ladies?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I left you in the basement too long. Doing that to everybody today. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I have been like, Rick comes in from work, right? And he's like, we're going camping. This time next week, I'll be camping, right? And it's like, okay, we need to take the stuff out of the totes and wash everything. I'm like, now? So he starts pulling everything out and it's like, we got to make a grocery list, but we're not going grocery shopping until Sunday, It's like, gotta have everything done now.
Oh, wow.
So,
hello, Tim. Tim, thanks for coming.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, I found the thing. On anger is a river. I'll read it to you. I could show it to you. Wait, let me share it. Is to share it. And okay. Anger is a river. It wants to be released into the vaster ocean. It wants to move naturally. When we repress it with premature forgiveness, block it with false positivity, repress it in the name of pseudo-peace, where we just dam our natural flow. The river then turns inward against itself or explodes outwardly against innocence. Better we express it when it is in our awareness, not in a way that is destructive to humanity, but in a way that is authentic, that restores the integrity of our being. Anger isn't the enemy. Misplaced anger is. Let the river flow.
That is true. I believe that.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I left my brother's, I was at the Klamath River, and it was a 2.5 miles walk to the beach. So every other day I'd walk 5 miles. I'd walk to the beach, and it was beautiful. And where the river goes into the ocean, and there's seals, and I saw an otter, and it just like, because I was so upset at this thing with my brother. And so it was just so healing for me to be there. And it was just, and I thought of that quote, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then the song, and the AURORA song, and I would listen, the internet would work. I would listen on, because I listen to music on YouTube all the time. And it's a really cool video. So look it up. Google that when we're done here. AURORA, the river. And then the interview she does is on my Facebook page and on my Twitter page too. It's a very good interview where she talks about the the men, and she talks about in Norway, they're even more, I guess, they're more like stoic, like, you know, strong. You know, we're like, I'm 32% Norwegian too. And I feel like this girl, Aurora, is my youngest daughter's doppelganger. She looks a lot like her. And she looked like my mom. My mom is half Swedish and Norwegian, and that's where I get and my dad must have been some Norwegian too, because that was 25, but that would be 25%. But Ancestry said I'm 32%. So, and that's what I'm the most. Everything else is I'm less. But anyways, so that's Aurora the River. I really love her music.
And I like that. That is super true. Like when I started realizing that I was angry and I couldn't talk, I was lost. And I have this friend in Texas. She was kind of going to the same thing that I was. Her dad died, and her mom turned to be this narcissist, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
it was
See, the
like
opposite happened with me. My mom passed away first, and then,
so
you know.
she's going through the same. And I started talking to him, and I realized myself that talking to other people, it was something good for me, you know. And because at the beginning I was like, if I say this to somebody else, they're gonna think that I'm a freak, or I'm kind of have a mental issue or whatever, you know. I was so scared about letting my stuff go and talk to others. And then I realized,
Mhm.
no, you know, you can find other people that are going through the same or worse than you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, so I start realizing that, and realizing that if I cry when I feel angry, that was another good thing for me, you know. Cry, there's nothing bad
Mm-hmm.
about crying,
Yeah.
you know.
You
It's good
won't die if you cry. Let me look
if
up the
you cry.
words to the
Yeah.
song.
So
Um,
very often I've caught myself in my truck crying, and then I cry and I go into the house and everything was different, you know. um but yes, like you still find this, and I still angry. I have to admit that I still angry with my mom, and it's gonna take me you know, it's gonna take me time, but I still happy because I admit that I'm angry with her, and I have to work that, and I have to let that go. But it's not that angriness that I have at the beginning, you know. I was angry my dad died, and I was angry that she turns to be that person that I didn't know she was, you know. But it's something that I still learning. It's the process, and my anxiety and my panic attacks is a process too. You so I haven't been dealing with all that kind of stuff at the same time. Um, but I'm happy that I'm not in the same place that I was at the beginning. You know,
yeah.
I'm
It
more
takes
mature.
time. It takes
Mhm.
time
And I
to
can
work
deal with
through.
those emotions better than in the beginning start. And all this openness about the RV and being on the road and open places is kind of like a new happy place for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a healing place, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Every morning,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
even if I was grateful for being in this world, being on the road right now is like open the window. Oh my God, look at that beauty. You know, I'm here, I'm out, and it's like, whoa, you feel different, you feel happier. And you all have been in the road, you know, but this is my first time spending more than one day in the RV, you know, and it's like, whoa, different. This is what I was looking for. This is what I needed, you know. I needed out, and I'm out. So I don't know.
It lets you reconnect with yourself.
Yes,
You know.
definitely. And all those people say, no, you are in a little space, and you have to downsize. All that stupid thing for me is worth it. You know, it's worth it that I don't have a big place or my house. You know, it's worth it because this is what I wanted. I wanted to be out. I want to open my window and see the outside. Well, in the house, you cannot do that. You have to open the door and you see the same boring place every over and over, you know? Here it's like, wow, you open the window and you see the outside. You see the people coming and going and saying hi to you every day. It's like kind of like, wow, you know, people that you don't know. And you are outside of the RV and people say hi and they are walking their dogs and you say, whoa, you know? While
you finally feel like you're part of the world.
Yes. While in your house, I don't know about in your places, but my neighborhood is so like quiet. You barely see people outside, and when you see people outside, they look at you like you are outside. You know, they look at you like you are a weirdo. You know, I'm outside, but here is it's kind of different. You know, everybody say hi. It doesn't matter you are from where or how you look or whatever. You know, they say hi to you, and that kind of like make your day, you know. So I'm happy right now, like I really am.
I feel that. All my neighbors, and I hardly talk to any of them ever. And my son lives in the basement. He doesn't come upstairs. Talking to you guys on lives is my community. I really don't talk to too many people outside it. So the last year, YouTube has been my savior.
Yeah.
Well,
it's been really awesome. I don't think I would have, you know, if I hadn't met these people in this community, and especially like Troy to text when my RV breaks, and when I left my brother's, and I was so scared to leave here. You know, I'm back here in Illinois where I bought my RV, and I was scared. And when I left Georgia, I didn't have that many friends. I didn't trust anyone. And when I left the church, I lost all my friends in the church. And they didn't, you know, I didn't hardly have any friends left in the church. And I didn't have hardly, you know, any friends at all. And then I moved out of my ex's house. And the only good thing about that was, like I said, he built that house across the street from the toxic person. So I got away from her. But she knew where my other house was because we were friends that long. But and she ended up knocking on my door one day right before I left. I was like, another reason to go, you know, like
why?
Because I felt trapped in that house, and people didn't understand. And because somebody said like because when I started saying how many days since, and this is what I would say, since my escape from Georgia, 316 days since I left Georgia, that, you know, why do you say that? Oh, that's negative or whatever. You know, and a couple of things I realized this much later, but there's this group of RVers, they're called escapers, escapees, you know. So why are you saying you're escaped from Georgia? And you don't understand. I felt trapped there. I didn't have a lot of friends. My ex knew exactly where I was. I felt like he was keeping an eye on me. I didn't have that, like I said, I didn't know my neighbors. You know, I didn't have that many friends, and I was just so relieved. And then when I got the rats in my house too, that was like almost drove me absolutely bananas. That got me sped up. You know, it still took me 9 months to downsize, but that was towards the end, and it could have taken me much longer if not for the rats. But then I had to get them totally out of it. Didn't say anything, like, don't say anything on social media about that. I have footage and everything. I can make videos if I learn how to make videos with that, because got its tail in the trap, came out of a crack in between the wall and the cabinet and the dishwasher and the and I was like, oh, it drove me absolutely bonkers. But I got rid of them all, then sold my house, and here I am. I have my RV, and
But you know,
I'm just taking a break right now.
you say something that is really true, that I was feeling the same. I was feeling trapped, and I have some of, I say, shame on you and I, because you get a house, you know. Some people are homeless, you know, literally.
Yeah.
You got a house and you feel trapped. But the thing
Mm.
is, it is that kind of feel that you don't have friends and you don't have nobody to talk until, and at the beginning, trap was the one most of these in these lives and everything, until he say, you should come and you should start talking with people, maybe you feel different. And I was like, I'm a little scared, you know, because, you know, maybe they find out that I'm a weirdo and I don't want to, you know. But that was true, you know. I feel trapped in my own house, you know. I feel like I'm close. I cannot do nothing, and I need to go.
It's like you're smothered.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then
And
I realized that, and then I'm like, I don't have to feel, you know, that way. I just go out. You have the ways to go out. Go out, you know. Don't feel shame because you feel that way, you know.
Yeah, and then what was the great thing about the thing that happened, and we just, my brother and I weren't really communicating very well, and I had texted him and said, you know, let's go eat or let's go talk or something, but that never really happened. But then when I left there, I mean, I just thank the universe, thank the God, whatever you want to say, thank God that for all of you people, because like I wouldn't have had nowhere to go. I had been watching Kevin's videos, and he was up in Oregon. It was so beautiful, and I was like, I want to go back up there because I was up there when I was little and I don't really remember. And then the Oregon meetup, and so like if I hadn't had like other friends around me to talk to and say this happened, and I was like I talked to Daryl of Van City event. He's just like, don't worry about him, you live your best life, and you know, you be you, and just don't worry about him. And I was just like, thank, and it just helps to be able to vent to somebody, you know. It just helps so much to be able to vent to someone.
And it helps to, and it
Certainly
helps.
does.
Well, for me, it helps to be here in this community and realize that people talk bananas from other people, you know, and no, because people is this and people, and you come to this community and realize, no, people are not like that, you know. Well, at least so far for me, you know, everything is being like, people talk to you and people encourage you and people say hi to you, you know, and people comment to your videos and you say, wow.
Yeah, that is
People
an
is so
encouragement.
different that other
People
people
commenting
think,
on it,
you know?
people coming to your lives, and I am like overwhelmed with, like, I have 300, like in I think in March, y'all, I got to 100. In March, I got to 100. And I just thought of something. I'm going to mention two things. And it does make a big there is, it's not a there is a poem about because of the difficulty with my dad, it's made things, you know, that's why I married who I married, and that's why sometimes I don't trust men. But two things happened in this community when I left my brother, you know, and my brother, I was, you know, and that's one of the things I was thinking. I was like, maybe he's kind of like dad, but I, you know, not really. Hopefully not. I don't know. The jury's still out. But anyways, so I headed to Oregon and the meetup, and like I said, I was watching Nomox videos, and I had his number, so I texted him, and it was like about the all sea fault. And I was like, I have 5 kids, and they don't hardly ever they text me mostly. And when I'm in Denver, I'm near my son, he calls me, but like nobody calls me. So I texted Kevin and asked him about the meetup in Oregon, if he was going. And because I was headed that way, I was headed north. I just left my brother's and I just drove north, and that's how I ended up at the Klamath River. But Kevin called me, and I was like, huh? I was like, I thought to call me. I thought that was so nice. And then I go over to Van City Adventure. He has like 10,000 subs. Our friend in Vancouver, Daryl, and I go over there to his live, and he made me a mod, and I was like, I don't really know how to mod back then, but I was just like,
The same thing happened.
You're so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
When
it was
you
right
realize
at that time when I left my
phones
brother,
say
so
hi,
I was like,
he was like, we are nobody, literally. We just came here, and people talk to you and text you, and after that, I got Paula's number, and she say hi, and then you read. I'm like, the other day I was like, Travis was, who you texting with? I'm like, I'm texting with Red, and he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, they are super, easy and easy to talk, and they say hi. Why not?
yeah. And the people I met up in Oregon, it was just awesome. And going to Troy's, you need to go. And I don't know what this status is right now, but keep praying for Georgie, because Georgie was in the hospital, RVing with G. And so after Alcy Falls, and I met Whoa Nelly Adventures, I met Gina, Van Life with Gina, Meant to Be RVing, um, Troy Nomadic Backpack came there, Tim Morbangs, went hiking with Tim and everything, and he made his egg rolls, and he bought a Air Force buddy and his little boy, Ricky and Ricky, and they were really nice. It was just like so many. Bree came. I met Tracy. I met B Bear. It was just awesome. And I was just like, if I hadn't have left my brothers, I wouldn't have gone to that meetup. So I was just like,
we was pushing to, like, whatever situation the RV is, we want to go, and I still, like, yesterday I was painting 2 of the drawers on my for my kitchen cabinet. I was painting 2 of them because I didn't have the time to paint it at home. So I was painting it outside. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to be outside. You realize the people out here is like, they talk to you, and it's another world. So that's why we were pushing to be outside, to do this. I cannot wait to see you, to see Angie and Mayberry. I'm like, I'm just like, I'm ready to do this. I'm like, yay! So many people that I want to see.
Like Sean was saying up here earlier, after getting out of the toxic relationship, it took her a while to trust again. And trust is hard for me, because it seems like everybody I put my trust into, stab me in the back some way or another.
Yeah,
but
that's what's happening to me. And it's like, I can't not trust anybody.
The most, what I call the most, how would you put that? The closest friendships and stuff that I have built has been from camping, And even then, I'm on my guard, because you still got some that are, like this. They have big ears and a bigger mouth,
Yep.
And, but we were camping. Well, it's been a couple of years since I'd been camping. So we were camping one night, and people next to us were setting out, singing and stuff. And so we're like, they were right next to us, and And the kids that was with us, because we were camping with some friends of ours, kept getting like closer and closer to the back of the camper and stuff so they could see him. And they're like, well, won't y'all just come on over and join us, you know? And that has become some of the tightest friendship that I have got, you know, that I have built. And Rick is a real introvert type of person. And so I'm like, I don't know how he's going to handle camping, you know, when we first went. And the next thing I know, we'll be walking down, you know, so we're going to the bathhouse, you know, and I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom, you know, so I got to go. And I'm having to stop because he's going into this campsite, talking to these people, going into this campsite, talking to, I said, who is he? He said, I don't know, you know. And before I know it, you know, I'm like, where's Rick? He's 3 or 4 campsites down the road, you know. Yeah, he's just like my little introvert become, you know, a little wallflower, you know, it's like a little butterfly now. He's just going from site to site. I tease him. I said he's our my little camping puppy. You know, seems like everywhere he'd go, he'd find food. So he's like a little puppy. He just shows up, people feed him, you know. And,
Oh, well, that's no good. What you got over there? What you got over there?
Yeah, that's. I mean, we just made this big old grocery list, and if I know my husband at all, half the stuff we probably won't even use because he will be, you know, mooching off of somebody, you know. But he is just, you know. But we always too when we'd go camping, there would be friends there that we knew. Well, this time we're going on our own.
Okay.
As far as we know, none of our friends are booked there. We have one friend that she's a host over there, which we had. The other friend was a host over there, but she was asked to leave. And I think it's because one host got jealous of the other host, you know, blah, blah, all that little drama still. But yeah, it's like when we go camping, people will come to visit us, but they won't come to the house to visit. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so it's like, if I tell somebody, oh yeah, we're camping, come on over. 9 out of 10 times they'll be over. You know, Rick come in today and said, well, we need to get such and such, you know, get some water, get some this, because so-and-so at work said they were going to drop by. They are? Okay, sure. The biggest turnout for Rick's birthday parties was when I had him one at the lake. You know, because everybody come from different, because we have like areas 1, 2, and 3, you know. They were coming from different areas, you know, and coming in. We had cake and ice cream and all that stuff, you know. But some of my closest relationships. Hi, Dee. And I think a lot of that is because you have that camping bond. You know? And so you've always got something to talk about. You know? And then like we'll have.
Are we gonna be rating do a rate to Forever Best Friend, right?
Oh, yeah, she's on after us. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Oh my God, it's 8:00 already.
Is it? Wow. So I can't.
I don't know how to drop it, but you all do know how to.
Yeah, Tim. Can you drop the link to Charlie Grace? Tim, help us, help us. Yeah, I made Lance a mod, but then Lance never stays very long. I got on his case and he's like, I'm still not a mod here. And I was like, Hilda and Patrick are not whining about not being mods, Lance, but I made him a mod, but he doesn't stay very long. He usually pops in and then he leaves. But Kenneth's here and Tim's here. Maybe they can drop that link for us. Appreciate my moderators. Thank you very much. Yeah, and Dee's a mod, actually. She said she didn't want to be mod, but she is. Just because she's D. She's Queen D, so she's a mod. She doesn't have to do it.
Got it. All right. Kenneth got it. He beat me to it.
Yes. Red Raid. Yeah. Red Raid. What time does Bill go on? I got my blue and
Because
my blue nails and
on
my
at
blue dog.
9.
He goes after Charlie Grace. I think it's
Yep.
9. Right?
I was going to go throw on some makeup because it seems like the lighting is getting better or something in here. But it's just me.
Yes, it's just you, and you're beautiful. I go like this, like I don't have makeup on.
I can't do that
I have makeup
anymore.
on today.
Go on.
I'm not RV Life. No.
I actually tried to put blue in my hair. Blue streaks. Let me see if you can see any of it.
Yeah, I thought it looked a little blue. I was gonna say, did you put blue in your hair? I could see it a little bit, a little tiny
A
bit.
little bit.
It didn't
But
come
then I
out
thought
as
I was
strong as I
imagining
wanted
things.
it.
I'm gonna put a bandana.
Oh yeah. If anybody's not subbed to D, get over there. I shared you out, D, and said let's give you a push.
Oh,
Let's push
yes,
D
yes.
to her 15K. Thank you
And
for
we have
being
a
here,
party at
everybody.
Dee's house. So, but yeah, thank everybody for being here, and let's get on that raid so
Yep.
that we don't.
Get on that raid. And where are we hosting next week?
I will be at the lake, so I don't know if I'll even have signal.
Next week is V turns.
Oh, okay, we start. We'll go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Where is V? She gave me her number, but I didn't want to. I guess I messaged her on Instagram, but I don't know. Okay, so we got 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
It's 2
What?
after.
Okay, it's 2 after. We don't have 4 minutes. I'm looking at my time. I started late. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No.
Love you guys. Bye. Bye.
Love you
everybody.
guys.
We love
Bye.
you.
Bye, Dee. Bye, Tim. Bye, Kenny. Ronald. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, Red. Love you, girl.
Oh, Christina's here.
And you can end your live. You're fine to end your live. I just wanted to talk to you in the basement for a minute. I just got off work. I am so sorry.
Okay.
I'm
still going.